and the rest of the family.
Since
Holly Williams, thank you, and want to bring in Lorna Ogilvie, who is the chair of the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society and was inside the funeral here at Westminster Abbey. And Lorna, how did you know the Queen?
Well, the Queen was the patron of the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society. She first became patron when she was Princess Elizabeth, and then when she became Queen, she added the prefix of Royal Scottish Country Dance Society, and she herself dances.
I was going to say, did you ever see her dance?
I never personally saw her dance, but we have video of her dancing at Balmoral Castle, which of course is where she sadly died.
And how did she do?
She was wonderful. She has a real feel for the music and the dance.
And where were you seated inside the Abbey?
I was seated in the nave, and so I had a lovely view of everyone processing in.
Oh, there's the Queen dancing.
And yes, I had a lovely view of everyone processing in and out, and the moving moments of the coffin going past as well.
How did you think King Charles looked? He looked ashen-faced to us.
Yes, it must have been a pretty awful week for him. I think he's handled it beautifully. I'm very, very impressed at how smooth the changeover has been, and just how much he has thought about the people as well as his own family.
He seems to right now have a lot of goodwill with the people, don't you think?
Yes, I fully agree. And I also think, William, I think the monarchy's in good hands.
Yeah, I mean, Roya, you know, the king has big shoes to fill because his mother is so beloved, and we were saying, do you think he feels tremendous pressure for that, or do you think he's just ready?
Both. I think they are impossible boots to fill. Nobody could fill them, and I think nobody expects him to. But at the same time, he has been the longest heir apparent in British history. He's had an unbelievably long time to think and prepare for how he wants to do this role. So, of course, there is enormous pressure on him. She is Elizabeth the Great. She was the greatest monarch of the modern age, perhaps of all time in British history. He knows he can't replicate that. He's not going to have the time to do it. And I think nobody will ever actually have the same affection with the British people all around the world that the Queen did. But I think he's ready. He's ready.
He's ready. What struck you most, Lorna, about the service today?
I think it was the atmosphere in the Abbey, and there seemed to me to be a perfect balance with it giving what individuals would want, whether they were Scottish, English, Irish, Welsh, whether they were from the Commonwealth or from around the world. And I think the balance also between the religious side and just making sure that we paid our dutiful respect to Her Majesty for all that she'd done. I thought the words were beautiful as well as the music, and the atmosphere I will never forget. And it was such a privilege and an honour to be there.
It was quite a collection of the world's most powerful in there.
It was. Yes.
And the fact that you were there as part of the Scottish Dance Society, I mean, the Queen seemed to have many interests. We always heard about the dogs and the horses. This is the first I've heard about Scottish dancing. Forgive my ignorance, I have no idea what that is.
It's traditional dance. It goes back a long, long time, and we dance in sets of 8. So it's a social dance. Unlike Highland dancing, which is more performance, it's a social dance. So our motto is fun, friendship, and fitness. So
fun, friendship,
you have to be pretty fit to be able to keep going.
We should do that. Fun, friendship, and fitness. Have you done it, Roya? Fun, friendship, and fitness.
I love all of those words. I'm not au fait with Scottish dancing, but I'm willing to learn.
Yes.
And the music does it.
That's it right there.
With all due respect, it looks a little bit like what we call the do-si-do back at home. But Lorna, thank you so much.
Yes.
What a privilege.
I love that you came with visuals, because I thought it was the Irish dance where they're dancing by themselves.